While Amazon FBA is an amazing business model, there's definitely a lot of ways that you can lose your shirt or lose money. And in this video, I want to share with you 6 ways that you'll avoid losing money and 6 important things that I wish I would have known when I first got started. Hey, what's going on, everybody? Steve here, Raiken Profit over at RaikenProfit.com, coming back to you with another video. And in this video, I want to share with you 6 tips, 6 ways to assure that you do not lose money when you're selling on Amazon FBA. I've been selling on Amazon FBA for over 5 or 6 years now. I actually got my mother started on Amazon FBA about 5 years ago as well. We've been making anywhere from $1,000 upwards to $5,000 to $10,000 a month selling on eBay, just depending on how much time I put in it. I know my mom, she does like $2,000 or $3,000 on average each and every month. But that's the cool thing about this world. You can start an Amazon business, an eBay business, a YouTube channel, and you can spend a lot of time on that business model, or you can, pull back a little bit. But Amazon FBA is definitely a great way to make money, and I've made thousands, hundreds of thousands of dollars on Amazon FBA over the last 5+ years. But there's some things that you have to be aware of, because while Amazon FBA is an amazing business model, there's definitely a lot of ways that you can lose your shirt or lose money. And in this video, I want to share with you 6 ways that you'll avoid losing money and 6 important things that I wish I would have known when I first got started. So number 1, you got to make sure that you understand the data. Understanding the data is so important when you're selling on Amazon FBA. And one of the number 1 things that you can do is make sure that you get either the Amazon Seller app, which is 100% free. You just have to have an Amazon Seller account, or a third-party software, depending on what you're selling. I love to use an app called Scout IQ, which is great for my Amazon book business. But you want to make sure that you understand how to read the data. So with these applications, whether it's Amazon Seller app or Scout IQ, when you log into these things, it pulls up a barcode scanner. So all you do is you pick it up and you scan the barcode on the product, and a whole bunch of information will come back to you. How much the item's selling for, how much potential profit. There's something called a sales rank, which is essentially a snapshot in time in terms of how fast the item is selling. So if you're used to selling on eBay, they have the sold listings, which tells you exactly how much an item sold for and when. On Amazon, they don't give you that much data, but they do give you the sales rank, and it's just a great way to know how fast an item is selling. Now, rank is gonna differ based on the category. So, if you're selling a book, that's the book category. If you're selling a video game, that's a video game category. If you're selling something that's, electronic, it's an electronic category. That's the category it's in. So the rank's gonna differ. A 10,000 rank in video games is completely different than a 10,000 rank in books. So you have to get a feel for the rank. You've got to understand how the app works. And I do have a video that talks all about that. I'll link it up down below. It's a full Amazon Seller app tutorial, but make sure that you understand how to read the app. It's crucial. If you don't understand how to read the data, you're going to make really poor decisions and lose money. Tip number 2 to make sure that you do not lose money on Amazon FBA is to make sure you buy items that are lower risk. That's why I love selling books on Amazon FBA, because for the most part, they're low risk. Now, there are some counterfeit books, and there's been some things that have been going on lately with law firms and people getting suspended. But for the most part, books are one of the lowest risk and lowest returned items on Amazon. That's why I love selling books on Amazon. But be careful when you start selling products like electronics. A lot of electronics, there'll be user errors and people will return it, or they'll break easily, or there'll be a part that'll be not working properly. And that can lead to negative feedback, issues, customer problems, returns, losing money. So just be careful. I like to get in more lower risk items like, media. I like selling media, CDs, DVDs, although those are gated off at this point, which means they don't let you sell them unless you get approved. But books are great. Books are definitely great. I love selling board games. I love selling stuff that's brand new in the package because I know it works 100%. But just be careful with certain items, especially electronics. Number 3, make sure when you're selling on Amazon, if you're utilizing the FBA program, which is fulfillment by Amazon, which essentially just means Amazon's gonna fulfill your items. You're gonna pack all your items up in a box, you're gonna ship it off to them, and when it sells, they're gonna pick it, pack it, ship it, and you're gonna get paid. Be careful though, when you pack your items in the box, you wanna make sure that you do it carefully. You don't wanna just throw everything in your box. Certain items are gonna have to be polybagged. Certain items are gonna need a little extra protection. If you're selling books on Amazon, I use the 12 by 12 by 12 Home Depot boxes, and make sure to pack your items tight. If there's a lot of room and there's a lot of space for things to be moving around, there's a good chance that it's gonna get shuffled, thrown around, and items can break and get damaged. And sometimes Amazon doesn't pick up on that. So they sell what is supposed to be a good conditioned item, that's what you listed it as, and they sell it to a customer and they're expecting it, and now it's damaged. And now you're dealing with returns and issues, losing money, and it's just something that you want to avoid. So be very careful when you're packing your items. The less space there is for items to move, the better. Number 4, make sure that when you're buying and selling on Amazon FBA, whether you're going to thrift stores or garage sales, or even if you're private labeling your own product or doing wholesale, that you have plenty of margins. This is mostly going to apply to online arbitrage items, retail arbitrage, thrifted items, because if you don't have enough margin and you just say, oh, I'm going to buy this item for, these headphones for $6 and they're selling for $14, and maybe after fees you make $3 profit. Maybe the rank is good, maybe everything looks great, but you gotta remember, things always change on Amazon. Maybe Amazon starts selling the item. Amazon's our #1 competitor. It's like our worst nightmare because they come in and they undercut everybody. Maybe a whole bunch of Targets or Walmarts clearance off a specific item. Now you have 100, 200, 300 new sellers coming into the market. What do you think is gonna happen? What do you think? The price is gonna get crushed. And that $3 profit could turn into a $5 loss. So you might be holding on to the item for months, or you might have to just sell it for a loss. And that's the point of this video, to make sure that you do not lose money on Amazon. So make sure that you have some margins that are there built into your trade. Also, number 5, this is a big one right here. If you're new to Amazon, you're probably not gonna know what a Keepa chart is, but check it out, Keepa.com. I believe they have a Chrome extension. I love Keepa charts. Essentially what a Keepa chart is it's kind of like looking at a stock chart. You can see the price and the fluctuation of the stock over time. And with Keepa, they pull data. I'm not sure where they pull it from because Amazon's very secretive, but they have data in terms of how much the item has been selling for over 3-month period, 6-month, 12-month, 2-month period, 2-year period. You might be thinking, well, what's that good for? Because you can see the trends. And again, we'll go back to the book example. I love selling books, especially textbooks, because you can see certain trends. Like when the students are going back to school, sometimes you'll have a book that's $7, $8, $9, $10, then boom, it spikes up in August or September to $30 or $40. You might be thinking, there's no way you can buy a book that's selling for $8 now, and then all of a sudden in a couple months it spikes up 5 times more. Yes, it happens all the time, and Keepa is great for that. So if you're doing online arbitrage, which is buying from like online websites to flip on Amazon, or retail arbitrage, which is buying products from Walmart's, Targets, Dick's Sporting Goods, Barnes & Noble. You can go to all these physical stores. I even have friends who are going to like Aldi's and grocery stores and flipping groceries on Amazon. You've got to make sure to read the Keepa charts to make sure to get a better idea of what's really going on, because the sales rank is a snapshot in time of how quickly that item has sold, like as of late in a short period of time. But sales rank is moving. It can go up and down, and based upon how many sellers there's been, which you could see in Keepa, based on the previous selling prices, things can change rapidly. And a deal that's a great deal today might be a bad deal tomorrow. So make sure to check out the Keepa charts. It is free if you do want to get sales rank data and some additional other things. I think it's like $15 a month, but Keepa is definitely a great tool to have, in your arsenal, right? To make sure you do not lose money. And last but not least, the 6th way to make sure that you do not lose money on Amazon, and this is huge, and people who move or come from the eBay world or Craigslist or selling on Facebook Marketplace, when they transition to Amazon, sometimes they get smacked around and they lose a bunch of money. And what essentially happens is they get suspended or kicked off of Amazon, because Amazon is really, really strict with their metrics. Amazon is really strict with their feedback, and you don't want to get into a situation where maybe Amazon's been emailing you wanting something or wanting some proof, or maybe your metrics fell down past the limitations. You can get kicked off of Amazon, and you can have all your inventory go into stranded. So what happens sometimes when you get suspended or kicked off is Amazon will put all your inventory in stranded, and then they're gonna want you to either dispose of it back to you or destroy it. I'm not sure, I've never gotten suspended before, but that's something to definitely keep in mind, is you need to pay attention to your feedback. customer service. If a customer sends you an email, you've got to get back, I think within 24 hours. Amazon's watching, Amazon's, they're making sure that you're taking care of the customers, because when there's a great customer experience or a bad customer experience, either one, that all comes back to the Amazon brand. So you selling as a third-party seller is a privilege, and we get this opportunity to tap into a multi-billion-dollar, trillion-dollar market where they have millions and millions of customers, and all we have to do is find the inventory, find the profitable inventory and bring it to the market, and they already have the customers there. I love Amazon. You can make a ton of money on Amazon. I have friends of mine who are doing 6, 7 figures a year selling on Amazon. I taught my mom how to do it. She's 64. She's making a couple $1,000s a month. I've been making money on it for years. There's so many opportunities with Amazon, whether it's thrifting, wholesale, private label, books, electronics. There's so many opportunities, but you definitely got to be careful, because it's easy to make money, but it's also easy to lose money on Amazon. So if you guys enjoyed this video, do me a big favor and smash that like button. Leave a comment down below. I'd love to know what's your favorite item to sell on Amazon. And if you've never sold on Amazon before, also let me know what's been holding you back. Has there been some fears or challenges or limiting beliefs? I would love to know in the comments. If you have any questions, ask away, and I'll be sure to get in there to answer your questions. But with that being said, keep on picking and making that money, and I'll see you in the next one. Peace.